Hello. This is part 2 of the instructional/demo video for Smart Grade Bridge. In this video, we assume that the instructor has been able to download all the required libraries and has been able to add the extension to their normal Chrome instance. So I'm going to be showing how to run the browser extension and how an instructor can use it to automate their workflow for ABET. So if we come into Smart Grade Bridge backend source, we're going to type in python app.py, and this will start running the backend server. And then in the front end, we need the instructor to type in npx wxt build. And then we need them to type in npx wxt. And again, this will instantiate an instance of the extension, but we want to close that because we want the instructor to actually use the extension in the Chrome instance. We actually need them to use it within their normal Chrome instance. So again, we're going to come here to our extension, Smart Grade Bridge. We're going to go to Canvas. So again, I'm already logged in, but the instructor will need to do their typical login process, such as, doing Duo and things like that. But this is now the Canvas test site. So this has some test students within this instance. So if you can see here, this is part of the extension, this little bridge here. And let me actually go into the course real quick. And I'll show you. So we have this bridge. So what is this bridge? This bridge gives us instructions for how to get access to an API key. That's what we need instructors to do. We need them to be able to generate an API key so that we can use it within the backend, for the backend, because the software needs the extension, the API key, in order to function. So these are instructions that are included with the extension so that the instructor can be able to figure out how to get access to the access token. So what is nice here is that we have a little settings button to open to the settings directly, because this is where that API key is going to be found. And then I'm going to get rid of these instructions real quick, and I'm going to navigate here to new access token. And then we'll just put in some random use. If you don't put in a date, the access token will never expire. It's probably most helpful to put in a date so that it does expire at some point. But for right now, we're just going to generate the token. And so this is what you need. This token, we need you to copy down this guy, do a Control-C, and then when you've done that, you can come back here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to open up the extension pop-up again, and you're going to enter this API key here. You're going to copy paste. You're going to paste that in there, and it's going to say valid API key. And when you see that message, you know that the extension is ready to use. So then what you can do is you can come into your assignments. And so say you have a set of assignments and that you've already downloaded an Excel file from ABET with rubric information. So like, for example, this is the one I'm going to be working with. So this is directly from ABET. This is the Excel file that has things with indicators and aspects and has the ranges for each of that data. And so this is what I'm going to be importing, and the software is going to take in this file and recreate the rubric from this Excel file into Canvas. So if you come into homework assignment, so this is what the extension provides, this import rubric button here and this export assessment as well. And so if I come in here and I hit import rubric, so this is where you have to navigate to where your rubric Excel file is. Right here, it's for me. It's here for me. So then you open that. You're going to see that the browser is going to do a reload. And then here's the rubric in Canvas. So then if we preview the rubric, we can see that all that data was successfully recreated in Canvas with ranges. And so now we have the rubric in Canvas. So now what we can do is we can go and grade the assignment. So if we open up Speed Grader, and again, this is a test instance, so we have access to test students. So we're going to grade a couple test students. So you'll see I'll just quickly go and click on this. Submit. Okay, and then our last student. Submit. And I know it says on here, if you wait for this to go away, I know it says 5 students, but actually this guy is just an extra from the test site, but it's not actually, this isn't an actual student that's within the people section. The only actual students are these CCTR training 4, 3, 2, and 1, etc. So that's, we don't have to worry about that guy. So now that I've graded it, we would like the instructor to be able to export all that data. So export assessment, if you click on this, you're going to see that an Excel file is downloaded. This here with assessment in the title. And so this is what we get. We have the student IDs and we have all the aspects listed with the respective points. And this is the format that ABIT requires that you need to be able to import into ABIT. So you can see this again was the original rubric file. And now that we've graded the assignment, now we have all of those aspects with the student IDs and all the individual points for each student. So now we can take something like this assessment file that was downloaded, and go into ABIT and upload it. So now I'm going to come here, and again, that was for this homework assignment. So we're going to come here. I'm just going to upload a test. This test data that I'm uploading here is just a blank PDF. It's just for, again, for testing purposes. So I'm going to upload that. This will obviously, for an instructor, they will have actual graded student samples, but this is just for a test. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, and now this upload class grade, this is where we're going to actually get the assessment file. So I'm going to go into downloads. So this was the file that was downloaded, this guy right here. And you can see it says assessment, and that's when you know it's the correct file. It makes the distinction between the rubric and the assessment, and we'll say assessment. So we're going to upload that, and there's that guy. And then in here, again, I'm just going to put test for all of them. And then now we're ready to submit. So we hit submit, confirm, and then boom, you can see it's submitted and it has generated the PDF. So we can click on that and then get access to the ABIT PDF that we need. And there we are.